in what could very well be the most consequential day of the Republican presidential primary so far, one way or another. With just a few hours until the first debate, this primary has been dominated by the former president and an unwillingness by most top candidates to tackle him head on. If the dynamic inside the Republican race for president is going to change, we're going to start to find that out tonight. And if it isn't going to change, we'll find that out tonight as well. So it's consequential in either outcome and either scenario. A few hours from now, 8 candidates, we think, will take the debate stage in Milwaukee, where they will have 2 hours to make their case to Republican primary voters and Trump voters. And they'll do it without Trump on stage. The race's 4 times indicted frontrunner is skipping tonight, citing his commanding lead as a reason he doesn't need to show up. And for what it's worth, it is not the first time a frontrunner has skipped a first debate. That's the strategy that you do when you're up by more than 20 points in the polls. And Trump is up by more than that. But even without Trump, every flavor of this current Republican Party is going to be present on the stage. You'll have some Trump acolytes, and there's also some Trump critics. You'll have some establishment Republicans and a couple of D.C. outsiders, the interventionist foreign policy wing and the isolationist wing. But if you want a window in tonight's contest, look at what Republican primary voters want to see and hear from this field. And what better group of Republicans best represent those voters than likely Iowa caucus goers. They're not your mainstream Republican primary voters, but they're the single most important voting group right now because they're first. Ahead of tonight's debate, we have some brand new numbers from our NBC News Des Moines Register Mediacom poll on what would make Republican caucus goers more likely or less likely to support a candidate. The most popular positions are on screen right now. You've heard this: using the military to secure the border, easily the top one there. Fighting the left's quote-unquote woke agenda, banning gender-affirming care, banning abortions after 15 weeks. So you see there, this is probably what you're going to hear a lot of, particularly the first 2. You're going to hear that from all the candidates. And, of course, another also popular, taking on the left's quote woke agenda and so forth. And here's what they don't want to hear. Only about a third say that they would be more likely to support a candidate who wants to continue military aid to Ukraine or to privatize Social Security. I expect the Ukraine issue to actually be a robust debate tonight. I'm not sure how much Social Security we're going to hear tonight. We shall see. But then here's the big one. This is the question of whether you should aggressively criticize Donald Trump for his alleged criminal actions. They don't want to see it. Just 16% say that it would somehow make them more likely to support a candidate. So that's the Chris Christie constituency, for better or for worse. Now, that said, voters tell us they don't like negative ads, but that hasn't stopped campaigns from using negative ads. However, we do think they won't be too hard on Trump tonight. So let's take a look at the net favorability rate. Heading into tonight's debate, Republicans on stage know full well the consequences of attacking the former president. Among those likely Republican Iowa caucus goers, the least popular candidates in Milwaukee are the ones who have loudly and repeatedly attacked Trump for his actions surrounding the 2020 election. I think we had that up there before. But obviously, the single most unpopular person, frankly, left and right, is Chris Christie. The left doesn't trust him because he was such a Trump sycophant before, and the right doesn't like him because he attacks him so much. But it's a conundrum that all the top rivals have to do. How do you take on the front runner if the bulk of voters don't want to hear you criticize him? Can his voters be convinced to support someone else? Well, like I said, tonight might be the field's best chance to shift the dynamic of this race. And if they can or won't, this primary may be over before it has actually begun.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.